Hey there, reaching out to my students who are still at home. I'm wearing my mask because I'm going to be demonstrating a game that we're playing here at school with students here at school because we have to be physically distant. We have to have these barriers between us, but we still want to work on throwing and catching. So I want to share this with you because I know you may have limited people at your house. There may be times that people in your family from other houses come over and you spend time together, but you still have to be somewhat separate because we're trying not to spread and share things between houses. So this is a game that we're doing here at school that I would like you to try with somebody from your house at home. Again, you may not be needing to wear a mask at home if it's with somebody in your own house. If it's somebody who's come to visit from somewhere else, that's where these things come into play. And I want to give you some ideas of what you can do. Because like I said earlier in this unit, we're doing throwing and catching. Throwing and catching is a very hard thing to do between two people without sharing the object. It's going from hand to hand, from person to person. That could be a concern for spreading germs. So this is based off of a game that was really popular when I was in middle school. I still see people playing it today, and it's called wall ball, where you have a wall, you have some players, and the ball is going to the wall and coming back to other players. And the goal is to make it hard for the other people to get it. All right, you don't want the person that you're playing against or the other team, if you're playing a team version, you're trying to make it hit the wall in such a way that it would be hard for them to get. And this actually probably started off of another sport called racquetball, where people use tennis rackets to hit the ball back and forth off the wall, and they're trying to make it hard for their opponent to get it. So I'm going to show you the setup that we're doing here at school, where nobody is touching the ball, and what you can use at home. All right, so here at school, we have been using scoops and balls. The equipment that I showed you the other day, there's a home version I'm going to show you in a minute, but I've got a scoop, and this is our ball. So I picked up the scoop, and I'm only using my hand on the scoop. I'm the only one that's using it. My opponent has a scoop over there that they're going to pick up. Now, it's hard to pick up the ball without using my hand, but it's important that I don't touch the ball because then it would become something that would be not safe for somebody else to handle. So I'm going to put my foot next to it. I'm going to scoop and pick it up that way. Again, no matter what, even if somebody does touch the ball, our goal is not to touch it. So we're playing it safe. We're keeping our hands off of the ball and we're using the scoop. So my opponent's over on this side. He's watching me. He's tracking me. He's looking at my body he's doing. He's trying to predict where the ball is going to go. I want to make it hard for my opponent to get. It's going to hit the wall and my opponent has to move to get it. So they're trying to get it before it hits the ground. They're trying to scoop it up and catch it. Now, once they get that ball, whether it misses and they get it, they want to get it out of their hands as quick. They want to quickly try and throw in such a way that it does have to hit the wall and I have to move to go and get it. You're trying to make the other person miss it in competitive wall ball. And we're using scoops so we don't spread germs. At your house, you might be using some things like this. You don't have the plastic scoops. We did make these with the milk jug, so you may need to make another one. And you're using some kind of a ball that bounces. This is that traditional wall ball that I talked about, like a racquetball, something that will bounce good off of the wall. And again, this is what we're using to scoop it up off the ground. It's what we're using to catch it. So you are tossing and catching. You're playing a competitive game without touching something between you. This is a way you can do that at home. Now, for our younger friends, you might move it in a little bit closer. Everything might be underhand, and the goal might be cooperative, working together. It might be to see how many times you and your partner can get it to go between the wall without dropping it as a friendly cooperation. Competition or cooperative, this game will build on a lot of the skills that we cannot do with regular throwing and catching hand to hand. So use what you got at home. This is towards the end of our unit. If this game doesn't work for you today, if there's nobody else in your house, you can play it yourself against the wall, or you can pick one of the videos from earlier in the unit. Pick what you want to work on. The whole goal of this unit is that you find what you want to work on, you identify that, and you continue to work on it. Don't wait until next year when we have a throwing and catching unit. Work on these things that you've learned when you've got some time. Make it your after school time as well. Play it for fun. Play it for fitness. I hope you all have enjoyed it, and I will see you around.